is from a very young age, she began memorizing, reciting, and performing poems in front of an audience. She informs me sometimes a small audience, like her fish tank. Much of her writing centers on nature and death. She has experienced an unusual amount of death in her life, yet it's given her the ability to relate to people that maybe she wouldn't have understood, and she's grateful for that. Because this gift of life resonates deeply within her, she says that each moment is a gift, a sign, a puzzle piece, and she knows that she's a poet, she says, because she can't exist without being one. Kara Gergen. Okay, Kara, you mentioned nature and death informs a lot of your work here. Can you talk a little about maybe your experiences surrounding death and how it's affected you as a poet?
Well, I guess mainly just I've been around, well, I've experienced a lot of people in my life who pass away from a very young age. And just over and over and over again, but I really see, it's almost like my whole world opened up to a whole nother level of color even, and just connecting life and death in the circle of life, and that just kind of fed a lot of, I don't know, my writing, I guess, it helps.
So it's not as much morbid death you're speaking of as the natural process of death?
Well, yeah, I mean, some of it can get pretty morbid, but
okay.
It just helps me deal with the process, but it also, I think, has helped other people deal with it as well. So.
And what would you say to any of the aspiring or experienced poets out here if you were to have a philosophy of yours or a message?
Pretty much, I just keep going back to this, that everybody has a story, and you can connect to anybody if you really open yourself up and listen, and yeah, that would be it, I guess.
Okay, that's all you're required. Miss Universe #2 candidate.
What, question?
Oh, yeah. Question.
Oh, I thought you were. I wanted to ask real quick, when you talked about the lots of death and things, are you talking about people that were maliciously killed as well as people who died from circumstances, or do you mean both?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, natural causes, unnatural causes, and yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. All right. Harry E. Gurry.
This greatly reflects what's going on right now in my life. Okay. This one is called We Were in Our 50s. Wine-stained tablecloths in rings of conversations. We had bottles empty in stacks of deep overtures, spilling stories into wood crafts, the craftsman expecting no less from muscled sanding. One night our history will blaze, lighting the sky with wordless treasures in drips.
Sure, yeah, bring it back.
This one I just want to read out. I just haven't read this, and I just want to kind of see how it goes. But it's about Sylvia Plath. So those of you who know Sylvia's story, this definitely is a morbid death. Sylvia, why have you haunt so well? Did you know you would be those black and white shadows and flashes? Your stories thumbed through by so many that you just had to neatly fold the towel just so. All through and even still winter days, your heels clicked in crisp suits down city streets. Private cocktail drinks with Miss Anne and your boy, your teeth glistening, then wet with a thirst maybe you did not even understand. They still glisten now in your adorned, desecrated grave. Some days, I feel letting you in was a big mistake, as it took years of staring at your smiling face in blue-tinted print to open the story, your suicide glory, as now you follow me when I lay to sleep, like the secret keeper of my most secret things. It's even your birth date that embodies me, not wanting to nod to symmetry, the familiarity, the curious fury flashed at olden cues, to the makeshift Ouija boards nights amused. Oh, Sylvia, your shadow is tall with grief. Do you need peace? Is this why you haunt me? It's not just the brilliance of the voice you finally charge with your poetry. It is your bizarre wiring, the calm comforts of the hospital wing, tossing and sweating dreams, your face covered in fire and bees, a ghost sitting unapprovingly at my tiny house, untidy without its red carpeting. You who inspired the sweater of my husband's go up in fire while it poured rain and I danced, while your name circled the stones, some rigid, some smooth. But the outline of you since 1932, your loneliness and shameful pain makes my ears bleed like your 1963. Sylvia, I think it's best you leave. I've written you poem and prose and watched your son die. I know that nobody understands what you did, and I also know why. There's a silent scream, I hear it in the night, and in those daytimes when you stomped until Ted made things right, how winter's short days send you straight away, the dramatized versions of the bite on the face. In the now, we mothers, single, still struggle, our 30s unfold. The predicament as writers to both feed our children and allow our gifts growth. Desperate as you, desperate I am to watch you continue. Oh, Mistress, Miss Plath, I know it, I felt it, now move on with your wrath.
Is that mic okay for you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. She bleached and dressed, naked leather, wider than ever, deep scarves sigh along in rhythms like the dryer hums. Banded her wrists with rubber scarves to fall asleep, forgetting her lies. Her stories can make you cry and fluff pillows and lock up your gold. Her stories are old. As you count your days sober, she whispers steps on new carpet, scoffs at your hardwood house shoes. She's married again. You've got the good old single blues, where you get to tune into whichever song you choose. She has to wash his socks and polish his shoes. The first one hit her harder than a samurai slice. This one is just as confining, though nice. And baby 3 made it addicted, just like she. Baby number 2 never made it past 6 months. Relief, it's the drug she wants, not the coo of the infant blessed. She looks a waxy, abusive mess. And I'm not judging her, I've been shamed too. But this woman adores the single life blues. I feel bad because there's cussing in this one.
Fuck yeah!
Feel bad if you don't cuss. Come on.
Okay. God damn it. This is like an absolute, it's not a great poem, but I just have to read this. Moving is a bitch.
Amen!
Start with a list on white paper, crisp and swift pen, making perfect marks, thinking in some way this will make the move easier, more organized, faster, perhaps even a good experience. You've gotten all of your boxes for free this time, a roll of new packing tape, Tupperware bins, stacks of newspaper, the basic necessities for moving all of your precious things, your children's things, those things you cannot live without, like wine glasses and books. Because you are by this time a pro at moving, because this time you may even have time to sell some belongings, definitely give some items away, and well, what does not make it into one of those categories you will simply haul onto the tree lawn. Opening the front hall closet, you find way in the back a box which was never opened from the move into this house. The move where you promised boxes like this would not exist. Then opening it, exclaiming to anyone who hears you, even if it is just a cat, "Oh my God, I've been looking for this," as one by one things begin to unpack counterproductively. I was wondering what happened to this as the dress you used to wrap the hand-carved sconces is unrolled and draped against your frame, when truly you had completely forgotten its existence. By the time you get to the bottom of the box, you realize, shit, why did I do this? Sitting, the nucleus, in the center of all this crap. Digging out the backs of drawers, cupboards, kitchen shelves, you realize, man, I've got a lot of shit. Cracking a beer open, clearly you deserve, wiping the sweat from your brow. For some reason, it's always the hottest day of the season on this glorious moving day, as you strategically stack and shove, balance and squeeze all of your stuff that you swore you were going to downsize the last move into the back of the truck, borrowed from either a cousin or an ex-lover's best friend's younger sister's boyfriend's dad. And exhausted as you tuck the last bit of weed into your bra and suck on the cat scratch that you got from shoving Fluffy into his crate, you roll down the car window, peel out of the driveway, thinking how you're gonna stay in this new home long enough to unpack and hang the pictures, because moving is a bitch. Okay, this is the last one. This is the haircut. The sandy blue of you turned, disappeared into the streaks of gray as I draped a cloth over your neck, handing me the same scissors used to prune the delicious jasmine, the thyme to dry, rough woody stems, sticky with sap. The trust was sacred. With each snip of your thinning locks, history falling in graceful wisps between us, all of the sweet lies unveiled in a gentle tilt, our eyes find curious silences unite. The mirror reflects everything we've left behind. In a brush, the length of your absence is caught gently in my palm. Empty pillows dance slowly between my fingertips. Trade winds cross through our window, catching time in the breeze, letting go, the pieces fall, almost forgotten why you were gone for so long.